Hey guys, thanks for joining. Y'all, my apologies. I'm having some technical difficulties with StreamYard. Oh my God, it's acting crazy today. But we're going to get into the show nevertheless. Thank y'all for joining. I literally just walked in the door and had to get my live up. But thank y'all for being here. I see Tiffany's here. Thanks for being here, Tiffany. And I see Birdie Tulu Taylor is here as well. Thank you so much. All right. I don't know why that's doing that. Weird. I'll fix it later. All right, so everything said in the video is alleged and in my opinion and is used for fair use and entertainment. All right. Y'all had to change my shirt because I was eating something and I got a stain like right up here. I was like, damn. And I tried to clean it with a wipe and baby, it just snow. I was like, I'm not gonna lie with that shit on my shirt. But anywho, let's get into it, guys. Sad news to report. I'm gonna go ahead and get this out the way first because child, we literally just talked about this young man a couple days ago, if not day before yesterday or so. I'm happy. I'm not happy to report this news, right? When I saw this, my heart dropped like, oh man, I know his mom is feeling some type of way. Mary Cosby, she's been going through it with her son. For any parent out there, let me put up my trigger warning because I don't want to trigger nobody. But any parent that's ever lost a child, especially by way of addiction, it has to be a very, very hard thing to deal with because all you can do after a certain point when your kids become older and become adults, all you really can do is pray for them. You can't make them really do anything, but you can pray for them and be in hopes and prayers that they'll make the right decisions. But unfortunately, Mary Cosby from Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, her son, Robert Jr. Cosby has passed away, you guys. On Monday, they're saying on the 23rd, at 23 years old. Ain't that something? Just into the new year, Mary has lost her son. Police responded to a possible overdose, they're saying, and upon arrival, it turned into a unaliving investigation. This is so sad. Like, he literally was in trouble with the police. His wife just served him with divorce papers because there was some domestic situations there. He got into it with the police officers and he was arrested for assaulting police officers. So he's been kind of erratic here for the last few months or so. He's been in and out of jail. Mary did have him in rehab at one point in time. And it's just been a back and forth, but I'm very sad to announce that Mary Cosby from Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, her son, Robert Jr., has passed away, right? All right. So shout out to Bravo Shade Room. They're saying, please pray for Mary. According to TMZ TV, Robert Jr. passed away Monday in Utah. The cause of death is unclear, but police responded to a possible overdose, and it turned into an unaliving investigation upon arrival. Police in Salt Lake City tell us that they responded Monday night to a call for a full arrest and medical emergency for a 23-year-old male. We're told fire and paramedics were dispatched. His death comes only a couple months after his wife, Alexiana Smokoff, filed for divorce, as I just told you guys. Robert appeared on Real Housewives of Salt Lake City a few times over the years. During season 4, there was a storyline about Mary learning Robert had secretly gotten married right under her nose. Now, the wedding reportedly went down in August of 2022 at a Utah courthouse. Real Housewives of Salt Lake City made Robert and Alexiana's alleged drug problem a big part of Mary's storyline as well. So not only was he on drugs, the wife as well. So I hope this be a wake-up call for her to get off drugs so that she doesn't wind up like him. So it is, from what they're saying here, it appears that he had an overdose. Like, that's a bad way to go. But Robert had numerous legal issues. As you guys know, he was arrested in Utah back in September for a number of alleged crimes, including trespassing and assault. It goes on to say that he was previously arrested for DUI in 2022 when cops said that they didn't have a license, or he didn't have a license, and disobeyed traffic laws. He ended up pleading guilty to the DUI. Robert was only 23 years old, so rest in peace to him. That's very sad news. I know his mom is probably like losing it, right? That's her only son. That's her baby. And for him to go out like this, she fought very hard. If you guys have been following this story, she's fought very hard to get him help, but sometimes you just can't do any more than what you can do, you know? Yeah, that's sad. I'm very sad about that. But let's move along. I don't mean to put a damper, child, on the show, but we had to report that because that's what was given to me. It's all over the news. Give me 1 second, guys. Hold on. All right, let's finish this. This is a pop in, so I'm not gonna hold you guys long, okay? So I'm getting ready to log back on my other computer. Oh my Lord, that's so sad. That is so sad. I know she's probably crying her eyes out. Shout out to No Chaser TV. Stacy says that Ashley dating a politician is impossible because of her history with Sharice's son Jackson. That's kind of shade, right? That's kind of shade. So y'all know the girls from Real Housewives of Potomac still throwing shade, child, from the reunion. Shout out to No Chaser because he's gonna always catch it. He says that we know the major reunion feuds that have been setting social media ablaze, but has anyone gotten into Stacey Ross versus Ashley Darby for the last 2 episodes? That they are quickly becoming a frenemy duo to watch. Golly, let's get into it. Shout out to No Chase.
Word on the street is that you were dating a politician?
That's impossible.
Yes, I was. What's impossible
Why is
about
that
it?
impossible?
Why didn't we hear it in the
Not
group?
with your history.
Well, I mean,
I'm an upstanding, beautiful woman, okay?
Who
You better sit
literally
your stank-ass
slept
breath
with
over
your
there.
friend's son. Really?
Okay.
Upstanding?
Hush it up, yes. And I'll say it with a capital U. Capital U. Upstanding.
Okay,
Mhm.
but you're not anymore.
I am not.
Oh. Word on the street is that you were dating a politician?
That's impossible.
Yes, I was. What's impossible
Why is
about
that
it?
impossible?
Why didn't we hear it in the
Not
group?
with your history.
Well, I mean,
I'm an upstanding, beautiful woman, okay?
Who
You better sit
literally
your stank-ass
slept
breath
with
over
your
there.
friend's son. Really?
Okay.
Upstanding?
Hush it up, yes. And I'll say it with
Now, Ashley, why you didn't deny that right here? Because I saw in another interview where she said she never slept with Sharice's son. But then when Stacey bring it up here at the reunion, you didn't say that. You didn't say I never slept with her son. You didn't say that. Because like if somebody's accusing you of doing something that you said now on a couple of platforms that you didn't do, why didn't you debunk that here whenever Stacey brought it up? You say, yeah, like, okay, yeah, so what if I did? But then you continued on to defend this whole you dated a politician situation. Why didn't you deny sleeping with Sharice's son here? Because I saw in another interview and I shared it here on my show where Ashley went on and on about, I never slept with Sharice's son. That didn't happen. I think they just shared a kiss or something like that. You said it was never anything inappropriate and you never slept with him. But then Sharice's son, he made it very much so. Well, he didn't say y'all did, but he alluded to the fact that maybe something inappropriate happened, but he don't want to kiss and tell, right? That's what it kind of gave me. But Ashley, we already know you a slower monster girl because you was messing around with some other younger person as well. But let's get into it.
a capital U. Capital U. Upstanding.
Okay, but you're not anymore.
I am not.
Word on the street.
Andy be like, okay, y'all know Andy love the shade, right? Ashley Darby, sit down, child, because you like boys and girls, okay? It is what it is, like who you like, but Ashley tried to act like she's just this shy little girl. No, you're not, honey. You were messing with girls and boys the whole time you were married to Michael Darby, and he was pinching boys on the butt. So y'all had that whole weird dynamic going on. And it's not surprising that you were messing with Sharice's son as well. So, yeah. But let's move along, honey. Drew Sidor is talking about Porsha's relationship. I don't know if I ain't going to say have permission because don't nobody got to have permission to say what they want to say. But I don't think that Porsha would probably want you doing interviews speaking on her and her relationship. But let's get into it. Shout out to Morning Hustle Show. Drew Sidor thinks that Porsha Williams is happy in her new relationship. I mean, I wouldn't speak on it at all. You guys are castmates. Maybe she wants to save that for her storyline. Okay, I don't know. But I said in the new trailer for Real Housewives of Atlanta season 17, as we know, it just dropped. We shared it yesterday. They said that everyone is buzzing about the ATL Peaches and their love lives. But recently, they sat down with Drew Sidor and asked her thoughts on fans speculating Porsha Williams' new girlfriend is just for TV. I think a lot of people say that. I'm not the only person that feel that way. I've heard other bloggers say that as well. It appears that Porsha had to hurry up and find someone or start dating someone so that she can have some relevancy on the season this year. This season, on the new season of Real Housewives of Atlanta, because last season it was a dud for her. She couldn't speak on Simon. She couldn't speak on the divorce. She couldn't speak on what was really going on in her life because she was under a gag order. Poor per her cease and desist with Simon. But this season it's like, oh my God, let me hurry up and start dating this girl, which would be a shock factor after you were a whole minister at somebody's church preaching against women being with women and men being with men. So I thought it was weird, but let's get into this interview.
People are saying that she's only using that for a storyline, that it's not a real relationship. You say you've been around them. Do you feel like it's an authentic relationship?
Well, I am saying I think she's happy. I've been around it. Sway is a very cool person, very catering, very loving, and Porsha is happy.
So you believe that could be a real relationship?
I don't believe.
I think we'll have to see. I think we'll have to watch this season and see, and then talk about on the other side. I've only been around her a few times, and I don't know what they, how they deal with behind closed doors. But from what I've seen, they are definitely like great vibes and great chemistry. And the woman was catering to everybody that was in the room. And Porsha is all and what I experienced with Porsha last season was very different than this season.
Wow.
So I was like, okay, this is the Porsha that I know, that I love. We had a lot of fun. And so for that reason, I'm very much happy for her in support of this, relationship in the season that she's in.
Oh, so this sounds like
how long it lasts, we'll see.
Sound like this might be a happy season then, except for you and Kelly.
I had a lot more fun. That part. I had a lot more fun.
Some people are saying that she's only using that for a storyline, that it's not a real relationship. You say you've been around them. Do you feel?
I feel like that. And it's crazy that other people are asking that question too. It gives that a lot of people are starting to feel like Porsha may be putting on this season because Bravo probably told her, bitch, you ain't bring shit last season and we done paid you all this money. Now this season, you supposed to be the highest paid housewife on here. You better have something going on. Now, you want to talk about Simon? You better damn sure talk about something. So she said, what can I do as a shock factor? Oh, let me go date a woman since I already done told everybody that that's the wrong thing to do. Let me go against my own words and go out here, or my own beliefs, and go out here and find me a stud muffin, or a stud rather, and I'll go and fake date this person for my storyline for next season, okay? And I'm gonna pop out a few times on social media to make it look like it's authentic. That's what it gives. But what y'all think, child? Put a 1 in the chat if you guys always felt like Porsha's relationship with Sway the Pro, which is the girlfriend's name, it was an authentic relationship. Put a 2 if you felt that it was a total bullshit. Let me know. Because I'm going to say 3. It was some fucking bullshit. That's what I thought. All right, moving right along. Let's keep this train rolling, honey. Let's keep this train rolling. Kandi Burrus, honey. Kandi Burrus speaks on she's asked a question by, I know she did a interview with T.S. Madison on her Outlaws podcast interview, and Kandi's asked a question about Nene Leakes, so we're going to get into that. Okay, let's get into it. Let's go. Shout out to T.S. Madison.
But it wasn't bad. What would be your first question you'd ask her if she sat down with you on your show? I would love to see you and Nene do each other's show, because I've done Nene Leakes show. I'm gonna come do Speak On It with you. If Nene came and sat down on Speak On It, what would be one of the first questions that you'd ask her?
I mean, my first question would be, what's next for her? You know what I mean? Like, I want to know what she got going on first before I got to any type of drama. But you try to get to the drama, so I know you want to know what drama question. I would be curious to know, like, when she was, I guess last year, maybe, was it, or the year before, when she had first started doing her podcast, it seemed like for the first few episodes, at least that they were showing a lot of the clips online, it was a lot of the negative things said about me.
Oh.
So I'm curious to know why. Why?
But Nene's always kind of had shade for Kandi, even when they were on the show together, right? Whenever Nene made some type of comment or something about Mama Joyce, and Kandi got real offended. Y'all remember at the reunion, and Nene was pretty much on the I said what I said. Y'all remember that whole scene? I was like, oh my God. But they started arguing and whatever, and Nene was kind of like to Kandi, like, you can be mad about it. Whatever I said, it ain't gonna change, and whenever you finish getting mad, it's still gonna be the same way. To that effect. I mean, not verbatim, but Nene was pretty much on, I stand on what I said. I said what I said, and it ain't gonna change. And Kandi was like, and I said, they were arguing back and forth, hollering. So they've always had that little underlining issue with each other. I don't know what it is. Maybe because, maybe because y'all know anytime Nene kind of feel like you challenging her, or that you're trying to outshine her or something like that, she gets bothered. I don't know what her sign is, but Nene is a full-fledged narc. And she already knew when she was on the show, she was like the queen of that shit out there. But I feel like she was feeling away because Kandi was like next up in terms of her pay scale with in terms of what she was getting paid on the show, right? Y'all know Nene, when Nene was on the show, Nene was the highest paid, and then like Kandi was like right here, like at the cusp of getting almost what Nene was getting paid. When Nene left, that bumped Kandi up to being the highest paid. Once Kandi left and then Porsha came in, Porsha became the highest paid, and everyone else fell underneath there. So if Kandi comes back, or if Nene comes back, that's gonna bump Porsha. Porsha will not be paid more. I guarantee you, they're gonna pay Nene more because they know she's gonna bring more, as they should, right? But let's finish this.
Messy question.
It's a another messy question.
No, just but it wasn't bad. What would be your first question you'd ask her if she sat down with you on your show? I would love to see you and Nene do each other's show because I've done Nene show. I'm gonna come do speak on it with you. If Nene,
so yeah, I think that would be a very authentic question for Kandi to ask. Like, why you having negative things to say about me? We really haven't had a conversation in over a few years, and for you to get a podcast finally, and then the first couple of episodes, why would it be targeted against me? Why would you be talking about me? Why would you be throwing shade towards me or about me on your show when I'm not on your show? The show is not about me. Like, where did that come from? So it kind of gives maybe Nene just still has some underlying issues with Kandi that two grown women might need to sit down and iron it out or not. Just make it understood that you stay over there, I'm gonna stay over here. And maybe it's up and stuck. I don't know. But let's get into the next topic where they are talking. Carlos King shares his thoughts on King and some things that were shared as related to him and Quad. Let's get into that. I want to show you guys that as well. Let me see, can I pull it up over here? Because we got one more topic after this. Give me 1 second. Let me see. Hope you guys are enjoying the video thus far. Sorry to have to rush along, you guys. Let's see. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so yeah, we'll pull it from there. Let's see. Hold on for me, guys. Oh, StreamYard is sending me today, Lord. All right. Who is messaging me? Okay, y'all, hold on. I'm coming. So yeah, put you there, and then you're there. There we go. All right, so let's go ahead and share and get into Carlos King talking about King and Quad. Y'all know Carlos is getting ready to, I think, interview King from Married to Medicine. So let's get into that. All right, shout out to Housewives from a Housewife because that's where we're watching. So Carlos and Dustin have a conversation about King and Quad. Let's get into it. Some things that he found out about. Coincidentally, he's going to mention Mel and Martell in this situation too. I was like, what they got to do with this? But let's go.
His solo interview, raindrops, pay attention to that. That lets you know that during the editing of that episode, they have broken up, or they were broken up, but they had to make sure to get his POV because that particular segment was about him. But it has to be so bad. I worked with Melody Martell, and when they were broken up, and we have pickups, Carlos, get what you need to get. I'll say,
and then I'm getting the hell on. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? How many questions you got? And no exit stage left. It must be that bad to Dustin's point where, because Quad could not even, for one question, sit next to that motherfucker.
I know.
That lets you know something agrees.
It lets you know either there's a rift where they don't want to share space, or else one of them is determined to just move on. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all hear that? So now I gotta go look and see if this if this interview is already out there, because I'm interested to hear what King has to say. Y'all know he's been throwing lots of subliminal shade on Instagram as related to Quad. Y'all know he's the first person that brought the information out that he and Quad were no longer together, in terms of telling everybody he dumped her versus saying it was a mutual split. Pretty much what Quad was trying to say. Oh, it was a mutual breakup. No, King was like, bitch, no, I broke up with you, right? So I was like, damn. But then again, as different people were saying things to him or asking him questions in the comments on his Instagram, he was definitely throwing shade at Quad. Oh, he was doing that. So now I gotta go dig and see, can I find this damn interview, and I may cover it because I'm interested to see what he shares. What do y'all think about that? Let's move along, child, because y'all know King, he's real sassy. He's a sassy one. All right, so Brit Eady is going to be our last topic. So let's get into her. Y'all know she filed a $20 million lawsuit against Bravo and NBC Universal. Okay, about the whole situation with Kenya Moore, with those pictures, okay, with harassment and all this stuff she's trying to say. But it looks like she may have retracted this lawsuit. Shout out to Lejeune, because that's where I saw it. So it's a docket diva update, honey. Let's get into it. So it said that Brit Eady voluntarily withdraws her $20 million Real Housewives of Atlanta lawsuit. Ooh, child. So let's read. So a new federal lawsuit was filed and largely went unnoticed. It said that most of the reporting you're seeing refers to the earlier state filing. It goes on to say that which was later dismissed. The active case is now in federal court, Southern District, New York, to be exact, filed 11/20 of 2025 with a 61-page complaint and 10 counts. Damn, 10 counts. So it says that Brit Eady officially discontinued her $20 million lawsuit against Real Housewives of Atlanta back in November of 2025. Lemon water. All right. So if you recall, the former reality star sued Bravo for defamation, false light, intentional infliction of emotional distress, sexual harassment, hostile work environment, violations of the New York State and city human rights law. Says, but let's get into the deets of it all. Oh, they're sending me. All right. So it said that okay, so this was filed as a summons with notice, essentially as a placeholder. Said that this wasn't a full complaint. The defendant never answered, said that no judge was assigned, and it was withdrawn before anything official or officially moved forward. They said it was a fumble. Let's get into it because the court documents are also here as well. Yeah, we know about that. Okay, so what she's saying here is that the docket reflects that the summons with notice was filed in June. No full complaint was ever filed. No answer from any defendants. No motions to dismiss. No notice of appearance. No judge ever assigned. It says that November 2025 voluntary discontinuance at her request. Okay, so maybe she had a change of heart. Okay. Said that this never reached active litigation. The court has never engaged. No rulings were made. They're asking, could there have been some type of settlement that we don't know about? I've never known Bravo or NBC Universal to just settle out, especially with a huge claim like this. I mean, then again, it could. If she's asking for 20 million, I would think they would want to fight that, right? Because she kind of is at their mercy, being that she signed their contract. But then again, if she's suing them because of all of these different things, sexual harassment, emotional distress, I mean, obviously she would have that if she was embarrassed or Kenya Moore being fired from the show for a code of conduct violation, then she might have some standing. But it gives that she has withdrawn this. So it could have been somewhere up in there where she saw that maybe she wasn't going to win this, or maybe she just didn't want to have that fight, because to fight NBC Universal and Bravo, you got to have some great lawyers, and you damn sure got to have some money, because your attorneys, honey, you ain't gonna settle this in one day in court, right? Every time your attorney go to court, you got to pay them. So that's gonna be a huge fight. Ask Nene. Millions of dollars it costs to go to court. But the docket does not list any active outside or initial filings and the discontinuance requests. So let's look at the court doc, because that's here. Can you guys see it? So filed in the New York Clerk, 11/20 of 2025 at 5:04 p.m. Notice of discontinuance. Brit Eady is the plaintiff, as you guys can see. Supreme Court of the State of New York, County of New York, versus Truly Original LLC, Bravo Media LLC, NBC Universal Media, and okay. Please take notice that pursuant to CPLR, and then it gives a statute number, plaintiff Brittany Eady hereby discontinues this proceeding, dated November 20th of 2025, New York, and then Benjamin D. White, Bloch and White LLP, which is who represented her there in New York, attorney for plaintiff Brittany Eady is what that reads, okay? All right, so this is the docket activity that they pulled as well. Brittany Eady versus Truly Original LLC. It's a pre-trial RJI. I'm just kind of going through looking to see if there's anything. So a summons with notice was on 6/5 of 2025, okay, of last year. They said that was processed by Benjamin Daniel White. So that's the summons with notice. And then there was a notice of discontinuance because it don't look like it really went nowhere. So it looked like it was filed. A summons with notice was the first thing. And then the next thing was a discontinuance. So it don't look like the trial went nowhere. Don't like it, just like you filed something and it don't look like it went anywhere after that. So the notice of discontinuance was 11/20 of 2025. So from June to November 20th of 2025, your case was really over because you asked the courts to discontinue this case with Bravo. So ain't shit popping with this lawsuit with NBC Universal or Bravo anymore with Brit Eady, you guys. So she has now discontinued her $20 million lawsuit. What do y'all think about that? It might be. Maybe go for, I would say something maybe smart. Go after Kenya. That's what you probably could do. You probably can get no money because she already got to pay $87,000 by the end of March or mid-March. She ain't gonna have that shit either. But if anything, you probably want to sue Kenya. You probably have a better outcome. Okay, you probably sue her ass and have her pay you versus going after NBC Universal Bravo because that's gonna take you forever. Nene was in court for like months, almost years, right? Well, probably like up to a year or so with her case with Bravo, and then she wound up, I think, maybe settling or just discontinuing or letting her case go as well. But I don't know, girl. I don't know. She'll probably never be able to work for them again because y'all know that's how Bravo is. When you sue them, child, it's up and stuck. But what do you guys think? So no case for Brit Eady's. Her $20 million case against Bravo has been discontinued. All right, so that is it, and that is all. I'm gonna have to now search in my spare time when I get some. This damn said the King was in Orlando, Florida for Builders Conference. Was he? Okay. I mean, I follow him, but I don't be looking at what he's doing like that unless it's just something, you know, extraordinary. I don't know. Or if he's over there like talking a whole lot of shit, then I'll go take some screenshots. But I don't be following him like that, child. But thank you guys. Tiffany Thomas, Rose Olmstead, True TV Podcast. Thank y'all for modding. Thank you all the content creators. Thank you everyone in the chat, Caramellians. Thank you everyone. All right, we're gonna get out of here. Hold on, guys. Let's get our song up, honey. Let's get our song up. Then we got to get out of here. All right.
Hey. Yeah.
Please tap that like, guys.
You already know what time it is.
Subscribe to the channel. Check out Rel's World as well.
Girl. Caramel. Let them know.
Yeah, you know it's your girl Caramel. Yeah, you know it's your girl Caramel. Stay coming through, giving all the people hell. She got the dopest piping tea, can't you tell? If you want the real spill, ring that bell. Join the Caramellian crew right now. Whole squad lit, we don't back down. Kick back, relax, enjoy the show. But hit that like button though. Stepping in the room, whole vibe shift quick. Pressure on 10, yeah, the tea stay thick. No cap, no filter, straight facts I spit. If it's hot in the streets, I'm addressing it. Caramel dripping, sweet but savage. Mic in my hand, I do real damage. Comment section jumping, crew stay active. Caramellian gang interactive. I don't sugarcoat, I tell a lies. Real recognize real every time I slide. If the drama too loud, I amplify. Cause you know that she's a vibe, certified. Yeah, you know it's your girl Caramel. Stay coming through, giving all the people hell. She got the dopest piping tea, can't you tell? If you want the real spill, ring that bell. Join the Caramellian and crew right now. Whole squad lit, we don't back down. Kick back, relax, enjoy the show. But hit that like button though. Like, coming, subscribe. We outside. Like, coming, subscribe. We outside. Caramelli and crew worldwide. Turn the volume up, real loud. She a whole mood, no doubt. Yeah.
Alright.
It's your girl, Caramel. Stay vibing, stay subscribed. Let them know.
All right, guys. Thank y'all. Please tap on that like. Let's get on out of here. Bye.
I wake up every minute with the fever dreams. I push a mind to a limit where it needs to feed. I work blind, got vision I don't need to see. I'm picking mind over matter, I believe in me. I need to find more hours in the day to breathe. Need to find more power in the way I be. And when my mind turns sour with the painful scenes, I need to scream out loud, I can't stop me. I wanna be the greatest like Rocky. You know I leave them all hating like a hobby. I'm out here making moves like a lobby. And if you ain't with me, it's your loss. See, I got my mind on the facts. I'm a python, grab what I like real fast. So until I have everything I attack, everything that I lack, everything that I want, and I see matter of fact. Cause I'm my own worst enemy. Only if I let it be. I can control anything if I can just think carefully. I control my destiny. Deep up in my mind I manifest it. Every morning I wake up obsessed